fucking shit. Alright everyone, it's Adam here, I Can't See the Guy. We're carrying on with the Wishmaster series and I can't wait till I end these reviews. It seems like these movies get worse as they go along. I can only say that the first movie was the only decent movie. Well, lie. I did like part 4 of Wishmaster. Many people will say, what kind of taste do you have? That movie was shit as well, but when I actually come to review Wishmaster 4, The Prophecy Fulfilled, I'll explain my reasons why, but here I'm here to talk about which I think, in my opinion, is the worst Wishmaster movie in the whole series. And that's Wishmaster Part 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell. And there's your problem right away. Beyond the Gates of Hell. I do not recall anything in this movie by being in hell or beyond the gates of hell. Mind you, saying that in the UK it's called Devilstone. That seems more appropriate. But for those of you who don't know, I brought all 4 Wishmasters in this special edition collector series 4-film Blu-ray. Brought it abroad. I've got a multi-region Blu-ray player and I wanted to own this straight away. Mainly for the first and the 4th movie. Second one was a major step down, a big disappointment. But I give number 2 credit where it's due. It's way better than number 3, which I'm reviewing now. Holy fuck, what happened? Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell, or Devilstone, whatever the fuck you want to call it, came in the year of 2001. 92 minutes. It seems like the longest 92 minutes of your whole fucking life. And it's 92 minutes that you'll never get fucking back either. The first major thing that's wrong about this movie, Andrew Divoff, who plays the Wishmaster in part 1 and 2, does not inspire his role in the 3rd movie. And I've looked up loads of reasons why that's happened. Some people say he was busy with other films. Some say there was a money dispute. And one thing I learned on another person's review was that they made a script for part 3. Andrew Divoff did not like the script. So he says, change the script or I'm not going to be in it. So basically they said, fuck you to him. And they went ahead with his shitty script and they got another actor to play him. And guess who plays him? Jason Connery. A horrendous actor. I've got to say, they even got a different actor to play him in part 4. And a different guy to play the Djinn as well. But I have to say, the guy in part 4 did a way better job than Jason Connery in this movie. Way better. Jason Connery did not have what it took to make a convincing actor out of the Djinn. It's Andrew Divoff's character. In my opinion, nobody else can play the Djinn, this evil genie. It was made for Andrew Divoff. Andrew Divoff made the Djinn. The Djinn made Andrew Divoff. Despite Andrew Divoff being in loads of great movies, I have to say this is my favourite role of him. When I think of the Djinn, I think of Andrew Divoff straight away. It's his character. He was born to do it. But Jason, dude, I'm sorry. I don't know. How the fuck did you get this role? Seriously, how the fuck did you get this role? Mind you, know what they say, shitty movies have shitty actors. And Jason is a prime example of that. This movie is crap on so many different fucking levels. I mean, I can't really... Usually what I do is I watch the movie and then I'll review it. But I'm sorry, I remember when I first watched the Wishmaster 3 for the first time. I did not like it then. And that was years ago. And even though I've bought it on Blu-ray with this edition, I still haven't watched it. And I'm not going to. I'm only going to tell you what I fucking remember. And they're mainly going to be all the bad parts. Because I just remember this movie being so shit that there weren't any good parts. I only remember one good scene. And that was when the professor wished for 2 girls to be romantically in love with him or whatever. And these 2 women come out, you know, fucking naked. That's all I fucking remember. Mind you, who can ever forget the Wishmaster's face when he sees these 2 naked women? With his own power, he makes like a cum face, like a, like as if he was meant to come all over his face. You know, and it's his own power. So, is he basically getting jacked off over his own power or what? I don't fucking get it. Basically, it opens up with this girl. I can't remember her name, but you know, her parents die in this car crash. She survives it, and the film skips on from there. I think, if I remember correctly, and it goes to this professor. The gene gets released from the jewel, and another thing that made me gobsmacked: the look of the gin in this movie. What the fuck happened? In part one, it was a kick-ass look. It was scary. It was intimidating. Andrew Divoff played himself and the Djinn in those two movies. Granted, in the second film, it doesn't look as nearly as good as the costume in part one, but at least you know, there was some good things about it. I mean, in part one, it was a kick-ass look, and I really loved the look of the Djinn in part one. In part three, he looks like a fucking gargoyle. A gargoyle that you'd see on the fucking Cathedral of Notre Dame. Honestly, that's why he looked like a fucking gargoyle. And a cheap one as well. So anyway, he grants the wish. These two women come out naked, start stroking him, licking him, or whatever. The Jinn's making a cum face. About to come in his own fucking face. The two women kill the professor. He takes the face off the professor, puts it on his own face, and now he's a different actor. Jason. He doesn't do much effort to try and track down the main girl in this. He spends most of his time just walking around the campus. You know, he meets different people along the way who he twists wishes, but you can't say he really twisted wishes, because there were scenes just like in the second movie where the victim's acting like make a wish for the genie to grant it. In this movie, he just seems to be doing everything on his own terms. There's a scene where, if I remember correctly, a woman getting set on fire or something. She wishes something to go up in flames, and she got set on fire. Bullshit moments. The most worst bullshitted moment had to be the scene in the church where this girl and her boyfriend, this angel or something with a sword, goes into the body of the boyfriend or something, if I remember correctly. And he's got a sword, and he's like trying to battle the Wishmaster with the sword, and he's like a healer. I mean, even the ending scene, I complained about that, because when her hand gets burnt after not being able to grab the sword because she's not ready yet, he heals her hand. So why come he didn't fucking heal her friends when they needed help? You know, a scene where the head is in the fucking cage with mice or rats or whatever. Why the fuck didn't he protect them? Why the fuck didn't he heal them? I'm sorry, but the plot in this movie doesn't seem to go fucking anywhere. It's like a failed fucking script of the Wishmaster. It didn't even feel like a Wishmaster movie. You know, the actors weren't convincing. Jason Scherzer wasn't convincing in this movie. He wasn't intimidating like Andrew Divoff was. Andrew Divoff did the looks, the eyes, the intimidating looks, the scares, the evil smirk. Where Jason had nothing in this movie. Nothing. He was absolutely fucking awful. And as for the leading role, the leading girl and her boyfriend, their acting, it's not the worst I've seen, but it's certainly not the best. It's just there. You know, it was like two fucks were not given about any of the actors in this movie. It was completely forgettable. The only things you remember was how bad the movie was. And that was plot-wise, acting-wise, creativity-wise. There was no creativity gone into the wishes. And this movie seemed like a major step down from part two, and part two was bad enough. But this movie, fucking hell, it was pure fucking vomit. I mean, what else was there? What the fuck? So there's this angel with a sword, and him and the Wishmaster are battling it out on this roof. And if I remember correctly, did the Wishmaster get stabbed with that sword and he falls off the building along with the girl, the lead girl? But then he reappears on the roof and she's fine after falling to her death with the gin. Oh yeah, he's a fucking healer. Despite him not being able to heal her friends when they needed it most. Only her, so he's got his fucking favourites. And then, I know it seemed like the longest 92 minutes. It's 92 minutes you'll never fucking get back. But at the same time, it seems like this movie was like come and gone, basically. If Andrew DeVock refused to do the script, I don't fucking blame him one little bit. There was nout to it. Fucking nout to it. It seemed like a failed script for a Wishmaster movie, and it was used. But with poorer cast, poorer effects, and poor creativity from start to finish. It's a 2001 movie as well. Well, I'm just trying to find some... Oh, I don't know. This movie fucking sucks. Really fucking sucks. If I had the choice to get the Wishmaster, all these individual movies on Blu-ray, I would have done. But the fact that I've got this as part of the collection, not my fucking fault. But Wishmaster 3 is definitely going to be the worst one in the series. It's worse than Part 2. It's worse than Part 4. Definitely going to be the poorest one in the franchise. I don't remember. I have to admit, I chuckled at the bit where the gym made that cum face, and it was nice to see two women showing their tits. That's about it. The rest of the movie was just pure diarrhea. It was just fucking awful. I take out hats off to the stunt guy who was on top of the car, you know, during that chase. You know, he had some balls, but you know, it was like a scene shot from the Terminator movies. You know, he was someone trying to be the Terminator. He was on top of it. She's saying, "I can't make my third wish if I'm dead," and he's trying to save her and all that shit. And total worthless movie. Is there anything else to say about it? I mean, I suppose I could do a little bit of research about this movie. But no doubt did I say the critics just panned it just like the previous movies. I mean, I didn't agree with the critics what they said about Part 1, about it having worst acting and worst effects. That's just based on opinion, but I don't fucking know. But this Beyond the Gates of Hell, even the title lies, I don't remember seeing with it being in hell or being by some gates of hell or whatever. It seems more sense to stick it to the UK title called Devil's Stone. But since it says Beyond the Gates of Hell on my Blu-ray cover, I might as well just go with that one. So let's type it in and do some research. Wishmaster 3. I would call the title something more appropriate, like a lot of old bollocks. On Rotten Tomatoes, the film has 4 reviews, all negative, and that's all it says on Wikipedia. The official release date was October 23rd of 2001. Directed by Chris Angel, and no, it's not the fucking magician either. If it was the magician, then he should do his magic and make this film disappear. That's all I can fucking say. It was filmed in Canada. Oh, fucking hell. You see, even Wikipedia has got nothing to say about this fucking movie. It goes on with the plot, but it doesn't really go into full details about the budget or anything about it. It seems like it was told flash in the pan. Nobody's got anything to say about this movie, no longer anything good. What a load of shit. Well, everyone, I don't know what else I could say. I could just ramble on for the next 10 more minutes about what I think about this movie, but I think I've made it perfectly clear that I do not like Wishmaster 3, Beyond the Gates of Hell, or Devil's Stone. There's no more I can say about it. Uncreateful, just pure fucking trash. Trash movie. It's a shame that the Wishmaster series has gone like this. I mean, it could have had the ability and the making to be something really big, like the Friday the 13th movies or the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. I can't believe I'm saying that. There was only 4 installments in this series, and It went down the shitter straight after part 2. And this was the definite turning point, part 3. So congratulations, whoever the fuck took over. You know, you ruined a great franchise, and you ruined something that could have been something really great. So take my hat off to you. What a lot of fucking waste. Peace out.